Does this budget create an appetite for risk, an appetite for entrepreneurship, and will it bring out the animal out of the corporate sector? Some of the industry people in CII were saying the same, that it's time for the corporate sector and the private sector to bring the animal out. So Sangeeta ji first and then Sunil ji. Yes, Sangeeta ji.
So I think that a feeling that there's a market buoyancy, that India will be among the fastest growing nations, is going to bring in more foreign direct investment. And with capital available, you will see greater capital outlays from the private sector as well. So I believe this is a good step. And when you see a stable economy and good governance, that's the time when corporate India says, let's go out there and take some risks. I didn't hear anything more on the PLI, which I was expecting at least a few more sectors to be added in. But the aggregation at the grassroots level and the focus on agriculture, the focus on marketing, I think were quite significant. So all these will lead to, an enhanced activity across the corporate level.
I'm going to lean on Gaurav Chaudhary to look at PLI in the fine print, even as Sunil Alagh ji makes his point. Yes, Sunil ji.
There's been a lot of discussion which the opposition has said about whether she's not mentioned on unemployment, she's not mentioned inflation. See, what you have to understand is that unemployment and inflation are not problems where government can move in and say, we're going to do X, Y, or Z. What are they spending on infrastructure, which means it's going to spend, where are you going to create roads? They're going to give employment. Inflation means there is extra demand and there's less supply. They focused on supply. So therefore, you don't have to mention inflation and unemployment specifically. Everything that they are doing, capex is going up. Therefore, that is in itself going to create the employment. I mean, and there's nothing that one has to say on that front. But all I'm saying is that, look, when the opposition actually says that will they be able to execute or not, it means it's a good budget, because they have nothing else to say except execution. Will they? It's a great plan. It's a great whatever. But look, the government today has always executed up to a certain point in any case. This budget is on for 18 months at least, because the next one in February is going to be is not going to be a real budget. So therefore, a near budget will be presented in maybe June or July after the elections. So therefore, this budget is going to last for 18 months. And people have to realize that it's not a vision document. It's exactly what the Prime Minister has been saying for the last 5 years. It's just an add-on. So we expect foreign investments to now come in, because what I was saying earlier was that, look, we must not do anything which disturbs what our position is. Because we have the opportunity only for this year and next year. Maybe by the time China wakes up, by the time everybody else wakes up to what they are doing, we have to attract foreign investment in. And when foreign investment comes in, when Apple is coming in factories, we are saying export with us, that will take care of the current account deficit. But look, all economists are going to be pointing out, they haven't said this, they haven't said that. But look, as far as I'm concerned, it's tackled almost everything. And look, as far as I'm concerned, only current account deficit, where commodity prices are going to be up, and therefore our imports are going to be up for the first 6 months. And
we will try and take that question with the FM when she addresses the press conference and also speaks with CNN News 18 later in the day. Quickly, everybody is calculating mera tax kitna bachega, mujhe kitna, and what will I have to do from old to new tax regime, what's the benefit, and which tax slabs we are. We'll take all those queries at 2 p.m. It's flashing at the bottom of your screens. Pick up the phone and call us in, and we'll have the experts with us to give you the answers. Meanwhile, Gurcharan Das ji is also there. Quick word with Sangeeta Reddy, and then I'll bring in Gaurav Chaudhary and Dr. Nalin Mehta also. Sangeeta Reddy ji, do you believe the tax slabs, the cut in direct taxes, and also the custom duty initiatives, will that all help? Is this a thrust towards manufacturing?
So the cut in tax slabs will definitely put more money in the hand of the consumer. I was calculating many of our nurses, our senior nurses, are going to have almost 50 to 60,000 rupees extra per year. Wow. So this is definitely going to drive consumerism, and therefore there's a reason to enhance manufacturing. All of us know that many of our Indian factories are only at 60-70% utilization. So I believe this is a positive move. There's one important thing that I really wanted to mention, and that is the entire drive on digital. This continued focus is making India future ready. Right. So a combination of digital and youth is definitely strong signals to the world that we have arrived and we will continue to grow and be a shining light on the world stage. So I would be very happy with some of these things.
But is the tech infrastructure robust enough? Because you are involved through Apollo Hospitals in telemedicine. You are using the digital public infrastructure which is present. Is it robust enough? Because the opposition's concern was, where is the infrastructure for you to implement all your grand designs?
No, I think we in India should be extremely happy about the digital connectivity. I mean, we have hospitals in Guwahati, we have telemedicine stations in the mountains, we're in Himachal among the, remote cities. There is very good digital connectivity. And I must say it's at a significantly discounted price to global prices. So I have no qualms on digital infrastructure. I'm looking forward to a very robust 5G coming in, and who knows, before we talk in 18 months we'll see 6G as well. But there is scope for more hospitals, more clinics, and I believe that the current allocation of 15% more than was spent last year going into the health allocation gives us room and scope for more health infrastructure. So while it wasn't specifically called out, I'm very confident that the health infrastructure in this country will continue to grow.
Well, it has to, because we need a robust health infrastructure, and that's something that the Prime Minister has underlined, and we have realized when we went through the pandemic just about 2 years ago. Sangeeta ji, thank you very much. One of the important aspects, as I bring in studio panelists and also Gurcharan Das ji, is the aspect of diamonds. I saw it flashing at the bottom of our screens. They said diamonds are going to be expensive. But the aspect of lab-grown diamonds, people have to realize they are not only eco-friendly, sustainable, but they are very, very cheap. They make diamonds within the grasp of those who thought that it's beyond me. And that too, the same quality, absolutely. And I was in Surat recently, and I saw one of the factories and one of the places, where lab-grown diamonds are they're working on it, and they're grown. It's just phenomenal, and it just opens up the industry. It opens up. And is this perhaps a poll promise that is now being reflecting in the budget?
No, absolutely. I think what the finance minister has done is to recognize lab-grown diamonds as a tech-driven emerging sector in that sense. I think you were right. Surat is not just the diamond industry. Surat is fundamentally also been very important for the BJP's growth. Historically, it's one of the old bastions of the BJP. It's also one of the areas where the BJP had problems. But although Surat always voted for the BJP, including the last one. But I think this is an important thing. It's also part of the larger green focus in the budget. So in that sense, this is a good move. She's announced research around this, the reduction of custom duty to be used for this. I think is a good move.
Well, a 2-carat VVS1, D or E, what was the cost in the traditional diamond, and what's the cost of a lab-grown diamond? Just look it up, ladies and gentlemen, and then you'd see it's now right now within your grasp. It's being made in India. We're going to take a short break on that note. Stay with us.